My name's Bill Cirocco. I'm the president-elect of the Midwest Surgical Association, and my function this morning is to introduce your president. The story starts in Tennessee, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, as our president was born to Charlie and Fran Shoup. She already had older siblings, Liz and Mark, so she was the youngest of the pack. And this family traveled a bit during her youth, from Tennessee to New York, to Illinois and Massachusetts. It was in Massachusetts she caught the bug for figure skating and joined the Figure Skating Club of Boston, also the Boston Ballet. And it was an eventual move to Indiana, but first, let's take a look at our president, I believe age 3. And then in her skating club in Boston, she is far left, your left. And of this group, this is a figure skater who would go on to the Olympic trials years later. So at age 16, Dr. Shoup moved to Colorado Springs to pursue figure skating at the Broadmoor. She took on a partner and went on to pair skating with Patrick Page. They were nationally ranked, and she ended up going to Olympic trials in the 1984 games. She also participated in the international skating team. And here is Margot with Patrick Page. And with the international team in France competing. Here they are. It's at the tail end of her figure skating career that she meets her husband-to-be, Michael Meyer. And she enters college at a slightly older age because of her figure skating activities internationally as well. And this is at the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs at age 21. She meets Michael in those years. And she finishes college and gains acceptance into the Feinberg School at Northwestern University. Michael and Margot are married in medical school year 1. They're married in Carmel, Indiana. And here they are. And Dr. Shoup goes on to complete her medical school studies at Northwestern. And here's graduation with her parents. She stays in Chicago to pursue general surgery training at Loyola, including 2 years in the lab, and you can see quite productive years. The Young Investigators Award of the Shock Society, Resident Research Award of the Chicago Surgical Society, Alexander Walt Research Award for the Eastern Association for the Surgery of Trauma. And in those years, she finds time to, why not, have a couple children, Dylan and Erica. Dylan comes first, and there he is. And so on to further training in New York City at Memorial Hospital and Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And yes, they are there during 9/11. She returns to Chicago to the faculty of Loyola in 2002 with a specialty in HPB and upper GI surgical oncology. She becomes vice chair of the department, assistant dean of the medical school, and full professor. There's a career change in 2012 to Cadence Health in the private sector, a community health care system in the far western suburbs of Chicago, which would later merge 3 years later with Northwestern Medicine, and so she would become full professor at her alma mater, Northwestern. Dr. Shoup directs cancer programs for 4 hospitals and 3 cancer centers in the western suburbs of DeKalb, Geneva, Warrenville, and Sandwich. But there's time for fun, including at this society's meeting, and this is the family at the Grand Hotel. And you'll notice work hard, play hard. Many of their vacations have to do with arriving and leaving on choppers. This is on a glacier, Grand Canyon, note the chopper, Erica sporting the Illini in Colorado. Back in the mountains of Colorado, and these mountains are quite high. Pikes Peak is something like 14,000 feet. And you have to be careful because stuff can happen. Spoiler alert, the ranger does save our president from quite a steep fall. In Greece, the Galapagos. And I want to thank Erica. We didn't have a baby picture of you, couldn't find one, but we do have her sporting her socks. So this year has all been about Cubs, Cubs, Cubs. Thankfully, Northwestern as well, as the Wildcats participated in NCAA Division I basketball tournament for the first time in history. But as Erica shows us, this family is purely with the Southsiders, with the Sox. Full disclosure. But the Cubs are great. Right, Margot? So I want to welcome family members, Charlie and Sarah. Dylan's a junior at Iowa State, majoring in poli-sci. Erica, sophomore at Illinois. And of course, Michael. So welcome to all. So this is the 59th year of the Society, the 60th annual meeting, and there have been 3 women presidents, Anna Ledgerwood, Roxy Albrecht, and your president, Dr. Margot Shoup. So it's been a big year for Chicago. The stars must be aligning. We have a Chicago-trained surgeon. The Society is in Chicago for the first and only time. It's big Cubs, big Cats, so we must be in alignment. We have a Chicago surgeon also, and I want to have you join with me and Willie to welcome our president for years of dedicated service to her patients, her profession, her family, and to this society, Dr. Margot Shoup.